Hey guys, Daniel here. Now, reviewing Suicide Squad is kind of complicated. I mean, some people loved it, some people hated it, and I am part of the people that understand both sides, but I loved it, okay? Now, I'm gonna start by saying that I had planned to do this video, to make this video yesterday, because I watched the movie this Sunday, but something happened to me, and I don't know, something happened to me with a friend of mine, and it wasn't nothing bad, but it was something that had an effect of me on me, and I just didn't quite feel comfortable, recording anything for the past few days. So I guess that this morning I woke up and I just told myself that I was gonna do it. I was gonna record this, and well, here I am. So if I sound or look a little off, you guys pretty much have some kind of background on that. Now, the movie itself is really good. I'm gonna say that it's so far the best DC Extended Universe movie so far. But if you go and analyze the DC Extended Universe, some people like it, some people don't. I mean, it started with Man of Steel, and Man of Steel had, I guess, the right amount of realism and science fiction. A massive destruction attack of that magnitude has an effect on people's life, on cities and all that. But, I kind of liked it because it was a realistic Superman story, Something like that happens, it's gonna be destructive. It's gonna be blowing shit up everywhere. People are gonna die, and it did. That happened. Now, Batman v Superman came this year, and, well, at first, let me just say this. I enjoyed the movie the first time with a theatrical release, but after the Ultimate Edition was released and I watched it times, I don't know how many times, I guess I've watched it like 3 times in one day. That's how much I wanted to watch it. But, after watching it, I realized that the story adds so much more. Just little pieces of information that were missing from the original theatrical release. And I can't say that word, theatrical released. But overall, I enjoyed it a lot, That Batman v Superman was a movie that I was still trying to understand and, to fully understand, because it kind of makes a bridge between the beginning of the DC Extended Universe and Justice League, but it doesn't really fit, so it's kind of like a rope bridge instead of a highway bridge, if that makes sense. And Suicide Squad came to add more to that bridge. At first sight, when I was entering the theater and all that, I was thinking stuff like, how does Suicide Squad fit in the timeline? Because, the Justice League isn't the Justice League yet. So there is still no Flash, there is still no Cyborg, the Batman is not a public entity yet. The only superhero that's known to the public is Superman, and Superman is technically dead. So how does this fit? Who got the villains and put them in jail so that Argus could use them in Suicide Squad? And, all those answers are answered in the movie. And I'm gonna try not to spoil anything because there are people that haven't watched the movie yet. But overall, Suicide Squad is an awesome movie. There's the right amount of realism, comedy and drama involved. There's the backstory of the characters is sometimes so deep and so sad because, you know, deep down, it's people. They are human beings and they have their lives, something happened to them so that to make them become who they are now. And to know that is just, you know, it kind of crushes all the stuff that you were thinking about before. I give you the example. I cried during the background stories. That's how deep some of them were. Now, I believe I've talked about the cast numerous times on my reaction and all that, but the cast is amazing. The only actor I didn't really felt like it fit the character was the guy who played Rick Flag. I don't remember his name, sorry. For some reason, you know, Rick Flag was originally intended for oh shit. I'm gonna say Matt Hardy. I'm forgetting his name. The guy of The Revenant, Mad Max. I don't know. And then the actor couldn't pick up the character because of Mad Max, and so this guy who played RoboCop, if I'm not mistaken, in the reboot a few years ago, kind of stepped in and did a great job. Don't get me wrong, but I just didn't feel like he was the perfect Rick Flag, but it did a great job. You know, all of the other actors, all of the other characters were awesome. You know, Harley Quinn was surprisingly good. I was thinking, because of the trailers, that Harley Quinn is gonna be this sexy icon that was gonna do nothing more than just to be sexy the whole movie. Maybe throw out a few puns, a few jokes, and, you know, do nothing more than capture the attention. But it doesn't. Okay? It worked. Harley Quinn was great. Margot Robbie did a great job. Will Smith has that shot was amazing. Okay? That character was built for Will Smith. The guy who played Killer Croc, you know, Killer Croc is one of those characters that doesn't talk much. Not in the comics, not in the cartoons, not in the movies. Well, I don't know. But even Killer Croc was really good. I really liked it, especially when we finally see him doing something in like his environment. That's just kind of like magic to see him moving in, you know, his environment, in the environment he was born to be in. Captain Boomerang, and let me say this, I believe the actor's name is Jay Courtnix, something like that. You know, I'm not really fond of the actor. You know, he did the last Die Hard movie. What more? He was part of the Divergent series. And I'm not really remembering for anything else right now, but he was never that, you know, that big actor. But in this movie, playing Captain Boomerang, it worked, okay? It pretty much worked. And now we get to the big parts. Viola Davis, which is an actress that I love, okay? Since she starred on How to Get Away with Murder, I loved her from the beginning. Playing Amanda Waller, she is like a goddess. Is that how you pronounce it? I think. It works so well. And then we reach Jared Leto. Jared Leto's Joker. Now, I'm not gonna compare it to Heath Ledger's because, you know, the Christopher Nolan's Batman was a Batman made for the real world. So a guy using armor, using gadgets, real gadgets, or somewhat, I guess, intensified, but real gadgets. So, you know, the Joker from The Dark Knight is a real Joker. Jared Leto's Joker is not only good, but so good, okay? The guy does maniac things. The guy does so much. The guy is brilliant, okay? This Joker is the Joker I want to see fighting against Ben Affleck's Batman, okay? That's how much I liked it. Jared Leto's Joker was brilliant. And then I forgot to mention about Katana, because Katana was a character that I was more used to watch on Arrow, season 3, if I'm not mistaken, and it worked, okay? The actress playing Katana is not only beautiful, but very talented. You know, every time that I was, you know, when I started watching the movie, I thought that Katana was going to be part of the squad, was going to be a villain. But no, Katana is pretty much a soldier. And it works, okay? It does work. So, I'm kind of extending this a lot. So, I'm just going to say that it works, okay? The movie is good. The story is good. Enchantress is awesome. A little weird, but awesome. You know, all that magic stuff fits in the story. The rest of the characters, you know, there are some cameos and all that. They work, okay? To see that they picked up these characters, they gave them a few seconds of origin story, and then they just throw them to this amazing adventure that's Suicide Squad. And to see that it works, it's kind of not only surprising, but a lot of fun. And I guess that it was a lot of fun because, you know, as I was watching the movie, a lot of stuff happened. Like, I was watching the movie with a great friend of mine. And, you know, first of all, we were already entertained with, you know, all the ambience around us. The room was not full, but, you know, the group just next to us was a really entertaining group of people. And then, a little after the middle of the movie, lights out. Like, the building of the mall we were in and the movie theater, everything was out of electricity. And for about 20 minutes, we had nothing whatsoever to do but to, you know, just make jokes to each other and all that. So it was fun. The movie then came up a long time later, about 20 minutes later, and, you know, it was just a great time. The movie was amazing. The company was overall entertaining, and that's how I'm gonna remember this movie. So Suicide Squad is, until now, the best DC Extended Universe movie. It fits well in the timeline. It makes the right amount of connections with Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. It makes the right amount of connections with Batman and Justice League, which are supposed to come out next year and the year after that. And it treats the characters with respect. And that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see a movie that did good. So, with that being said, and with the knowledge that it's time for DC to rise, you know, because Marvel has been doing a great job since the beginning. DC, they tried to start this at the same time as Marvel, but they didn't. They did that crappy Green Lantern movie, and now, even though they didn't start in the right foot, because Man of Steel is not the greatest Superman movie ever, it works, okay? They did a great job. They're doing a great job. I can't wait for Justice League, for Wonder Woman, for the Batman movie, for the next Superman movie, Man of Steel 2, which has been announced yesterday, I think. So I can't wait. So what do you guys think about Suicide Squad? But yeah, so if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe to my channel for more videos like this and more reactions, and I guess I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye bye.